Beloved, why do you explain yourself so much? If your heart is clear, why seek approval from restless minds? The one who knows the self does not justify. Explanation is needed only when the ego feels threatened. When you are rooted within, silence is enough. People see you through their own pain, their own conditioning. No explanation can change their perception. If your intention is pure, be at peace. The sun does not explain why it shines. The river does not explain why it flows. They simply exist. Be like that. Act with awareness. Live with integrity. After that, silence. Not anger, not pride. Peaceful silence. When you stop explaining, you stop seeking validation. And when validation drops, freedom begins. Jai Babaji.
Beloved, you feel you are behind your friends, behind your classmates, behind your age. But who created this timeline? Life is not a race. It is a journey of unfolding. A flower does not compete with another flower. Each blooms in its own season. Some succeed early, some awaken later. Both are perfect. Comparison creates pressure. Pressure creates doubt. And doubt blinds you to your own path. What is meant for you cannot miss you. What is not meant for you cannot be forced. Trust your timing. Delays are not denials. Sometimes life slows you down to prepare you. You are not behind, you are becoming. Stay steady, stay patient. Your season will come. Jai Babaji. There's a big difference between loneliness and aloneness. Loneliness is when you feel empty. Aloneness is when you feel complete, even by yourself. Loneliness says, no one is with me. Aloneness says, I am enough. When you depend on people for happiness, you become afraid of being alone. But when you discover yourself, you begin to enjoy your own company. Silence stops feeling scary. It starts feeling peaceful. The problem is not being alone. The problem is not knowing who you are when no one is around. If you cannot sit with yourself for 10 minutes, how will you live with yourself for a lifetime? Learn to be alone without feeling lonely. Because the moment you are comfortable with yourself, you become powerful. Soft pause. Aloneness is strength. Loneliness is attachment. Choose strength. Jai Babaji. Sometimes life looks perfect from the outside. You have a job. You have people around you. You have everything you once wanted. Yet inside, there is a strange emptiness. Why? Because happiness does not come from having more. It comes from understanding yourself. Many people spend their lives chasing success, money, attention, and approval. But they forget the most important relationship, the relationship with themselves. When you ignore your inner world, no amount of success can fill that gap. The world may clap for you, but your heart still feels silent. True fulfillment begins the moment you stop running outside and start looking within. Because the real question is not, what do I have? The real question is, do I know who I truly am? Jai Babaji. Trying to please everyone is one of the fastest ways to lose yourself. You say yes when you want to say no. You stay silent when something hurts you. You change yourself just to be accepted. But here is the truth. No matter how hard you try, you will never make everyone happy. Some people will misunderstand you. Some will judge you. Some will simply not like you. And that is okay. Your life is not meant to be a performance for other people's approval. The more you chase acceptance, the more you lose your authenticity. Real peace begins the moment you stop asking, do they like me? And start asking, am I being true to myself? Because in the end, respecting yourself is more important than pleasing everyone. Jai Babaji. Your biggest enemy is not outside. It is inside your own mind. Your mind constantly creates fear. It reminds you of past failures. It tells you that you are not good enough. And slowly, you start believing those thoughts. But here is the truth. Your mind is a powerful tool, but a dangerous master. If you control your mind, it becomes your greatest strength. But if your mind controls you, it becomes your biggest enemy. Most of the fears you feel exist only in your thoughts. They are not reality. The moment you learn to observe your thoughts without believing every one of them, you gain power over your life. Because peace does not come from controlling the world. Peace comes from controlling your mind. Jai Babaji. Sometimes the hardest thing in life is not holding on. It is letting go. We hold on to people who hurt us. We hold on to past mistakes. We hold on to memories that keep us in pain. Why? Because the mind believes that holding on gives us control. But in reality, holding on only creates suffering. Letting go does not mean you are weak. It means you are strong enough to choose peace over pain. Not everything is meant to stay in your life. Some people are lessons. Some moments are just chapters. And when you finally let go, you create space for healing, for growth, and for new beginnings. Sometimes the greatest power is simply learning to release what no longer belongs to you. Jai Babaji. Your mind produces thousands of thoughts every day. Some are positive, some are negative, some are full of fear. But here is something important to understand. You are not your thoughts. Thoughts come and go like clouds in the sky. One moment your mind says, "You can do it." Another moment it says, "You are not good enough." If you believe every thought, your life will become chaos. The real power begins when you learn to watch your thoughts without becoming them. You are not the voice in your head. You are the awareness that hears that voice. When you understand this, fear loses its power. Negative thoughts lose their control. And slowly, your mind becomes quieter. Because peace begins the moment you stop believing every thought you think. Jai Babaji.
If you feel fear, there is always a reason. Fear does not come randomly. Behind every fear, there is attachment. You are holding on to something, and deep inside, you are afraid of losing it. That is fear. If you have money, you fear losing it. If you have a relationship, you fear abandonment. If you have status, you fear damage to your image. Even if you have nothing, you fear becoming no one. So understand this clearly. Fear is not in the future. Fear is in attachment. You never fear losing what you are not attached to. If something is not yours and someone takes it, you don't suffer. But the moment you say, "This is mine," fear is born. We try to fight fear, but we never look at the root. Fear is a signal. It is telling you you are too attached here. Where attachment is high, freedom is low. Where freedom is low, peace cannot exist. That is why wise people say, learn to let go. Letting go does not mean throw everything away. You can have money, you can have love, you can have success, but don't build your identity on them. The moment you think, if this goes, I'm finished, you become weak. Because now your existence depends on something outside you. But if you begin to see yourself as awareness, not just body, not just possessions, not just status, fear starts dissolving. Because awareness cannot be taken away. Your inner stability cannot be stolen unless you give permission. So ask yourself honestly, what am I so afraid of losing? And if it disappears, will I truly disappear? When you start asking this deeply, fear becomes your teacher. Fear is not your enemy. It is showing you where you are attached. Don't fight the teacher. Learn the lesson. And your life will become lighter. Jai Babaji.